HTML text, comments and colors. So comment is just a way for you to add description to your HTML page. Just a way for you to add description. For example, whenever you are writing your code, when you come back, when you're done writing your code, after a few weeks or sometimes when you come back, some things start getting really confusing. Or even when you give your code to someone else to help you do something inside of the code, you find that the person might not be able to understand what you have written. So comment is there to help you add description or add label to that your code. So this is the way you write HTML code. You start with the less than sign, exclamation mark, double hyphen. So here I'm just going to say this is the beginning. So anybody who comes and knows that this page starts here. So you can write more precise label. For example, you can come here and say this is blog put, or you can okay, let me do it here. So you can come here and say less than sign, okay, exclamation, double hyphen. So here I'm going to say this is delete. So anyone who comes here knows that will be able to find my delete or find a particular element. So another way for you to, another thing we use comment for, we can use it to hide code that you don't want to display. For example, you can see this at t raised to power 2 and h2o. So I can be able to hide that. So this is the code. So I can be able to hide it by using the comment. So I'm going to close it with the exclamation mark, double hyphen. So you see that whenever you comment something from the start, it will comment to the end. You have to close it, otherwise it's going to comment down to the end. So I'm going to close it where I want to close it here. I'm going to say double hyphen and then my greater than sign. So always remember that the exclamation mark is always at the starting, we can't find it at the end. So when I refresh, it's gone. So if I want to bring it back, just going to remove the exclamation mark, remove it. So refresh, it's back. So there are so many things we can do with comments. So but another thing is that sometimes you may not like to write the syntax, or you may not have the chance to write the syntax, or you may be writing a very big complicated code that adding this syntax may delay you. So sometimes it's easier for us to just highlight it. So let's say I want to highlight, I can highlight till this end. So all I would need to do is Ctrl, then click on your forward slash. It will comment on it automatically. So when I refresh, it's gone. So if I want to bring it back, I'll still highlight the same place that you commented on. So make sure it's the same place you commented on, highlight it, and then Ctrl forward slash, the comments will go out and it's going to come back. So that is for our comment. So another thing we have again is we have our ways of adding style to our page. So I'm going to talk about, previously we have been using this pattern where we write our style. When you write your style, then you call the particular property and the value you want to put. So this is it. I'm applying this style to the body. When I refresh, the body changes blue. So but there's other ways of adding your style other than this pattern. So this pattern is actually called the inline style. The inline style. So you can still use internal. So internal. So what you just need to do whenever you're using internal, we write it always at the head. Make sure it's not inside of the, we write it inside of the head. Oops, just a mistake. So you write it, make sure that it's inside of the head. So here I'm just going to say style. So open and closing style. So in between this open and closing style, which is located inside of the head, is where I'm going to be styling my page. So let me refresh, showing you that the color is gone. So now here I'm just going to say, so let me apply color to this block quote here. So let me apply color to this block quote. So I'm just going to come here and call, instead of the style, I'm going to say block quote. So I'm going to put my curly braces. Then here I'm just going to apply the properties and value I want to add. So my properties, I'm going to apply the background color. So I'm going to give it brown. So when I refresh, that particular block will be shining brown. So if I want to change the color, also remember that we said the background color is used to change the background of page. To change the text, you use just color. So I'm to change the color of the text, I'm just going to say color. Then let me give it white. So when I refresh, this is it. So now if I want to change the body of the page, all I need to do is, I'm still going to come here. You can just make sure you don't write inside of this curly braces. So I'm going to come outside of the curly braces, and I'm going to call the body, then curly braces. Then I'm going to apply so I'm going to say background color. So let me pick this. So if your own is not predicting, you can just type it. So background color, I'm going to give it, let me pick another different color. So let me use this, I don't even know what it's, Centadesk blue. So refresh, this is the color of my background changes. So you can apply call any element you want and style it. So now let's talk about even colors. Let's just talk about colors. So applying colors to your page. Now we have different way of calling colors. You know, we have this brown, we have the brown, we have the white. These are all called the standard pattern. This is a standard name, or your standard way of calling color. Now standard name can be your normal red, blue in with letters. So you can also write colors in different ways. So another way of you writing color, you can just use let's say you can change, instead of writing brown in words, you can still use another pattern. One other pattern we have is the RGB, which stands for red, green and blue. So now when you write it, you put your your parentheses. So inside of this parentheses is, now we're going to give each of these RGB their own value. So for the red, you can give it I'm going to give it 0, comma. For the green, I'm going to give 0, comma. For the blue, I'm going to give 0. So you see, automatically it has formed a color. So whenever all the whole all of the three values 0, you have the color black. So this number can ranges from 0 to 255. So if I give this, the highest I can give it is 255. So you can notice, if you notice now, that this color just changed to red. So I can give this one 255. So also know that the thing about this is that you are trying to mix color. You see, as I'm just adding number, the color are mixing. So I can give this one 2. Where did it go? Okay, so I can give this last one 255. So you see that it has just given, whenever the whole color is 255, you have that white color. So I cannot give it, if I just give it any number above 255, it's fine that the color would not work. So I'm going to write 256. Watch what happens. You see that there's no color. Look at where I'm actually calling that color. So when I refresh, you see that there will be no color there. It's just totally white. So if I want to bring it back, I'm just going to bring my okay, let me use this one. I'm just mixing color. So let me try to mix color. So this is pink. When I refresh, the color is going to come back pink. So I can give this one 25. Let's see, 25 still giving you red. Let me give it, let me say this one is 100, it's gonna be dark. So let me make this one 145. So you see that the more I change the color, the more the color changes. The more I change the numbers, the color changes. So we have another one. We have the RGB A. The A stands for alpha. So the A stands for alpha. So it's more about transparency of your color. So I'm going to put a value for this alpha. I'm going to say comma. So the value you can put for the alpha only ranges from 1 to 0. So which means I can give it, when you write the number is at 1, you know the color will come out fully. Whenever it is at 0, you are going to have a transparent color. So I'm going to say 0 point, I don't want it to be transparent, I'm going to say 0.5, that's the medium. So I'm still going to have the color, but it's going to be transparent. So this is it, transparent. So now another easy way to write this color is you can just hover on it. If you are using VS Code, you can hover on it. So you see these two block here. So I can come here and use this to left click to hold this handle to change your color. You see, as I change the color, the number changes. As I changes the color, the number the colors changes. So this one you can use to navigate through different colors. So let me put it in between, let me say purple. So here I can choose how thick it is. So how thick my color is. So here this other one is for transparency, the opacity, the alpha. So how transparent you want it to be. If it goes down, it will be less transparent. If you go up, it will be more transparent. So there are other ways of writing color apart from the RGBA. Apart from your standard color, we also have the hexadecimal. This is the hexadecimal way of writing color. We also have, there are many other ways. If you like, I'm clicking on this part and it's changing from it have changed from the RGBA to hexadecimal. So you will also see the hue, saturation, lightness plus the alpha. So this one is the hue, saturation, lightness and the alpha. So there are also another one, this say HWB. I can't really remember what this one is, but all you have to know is that there are many ways of writing your color. So you can just pick whichever ones you prefer, the one that you like. So sometimes you can use Google to help you select the color you want. Just don't worry, color is not a big problem. You can focus more on the other part of programming. See you in our next lecture. So we'll be talking about table.